Yes, people, welcome back to a brand new video. The big weekend is upon us. Possibly, is it the biggest game of the season so far? I think it is for us anyway. We go down to the Emirates to play against Arsenal, a venue we've had a lot of joy at over the years, and it's only right with the two best teams in England last season going head-to-head that we do a bit of a combined 11. See how Arsenal match up player for player against the current treble champions, European champions, and it's only right I brought on my bro from AFTV, Sidemen Charity Match, doing loads of great things right now. Cecil, it's great to have you on the channel. How are you?
I'm very good, Hugh. Listen, I mean, I don't know how this combined 11 is going to go, but right now, I'm good, man. I'm very good. I'm honestly honoured to be joined by you here on City Extra, big channel, big City channel, and yes, I love what you guys are doing. So thank you for having me on. And yeah, we're going to get into it. There's a lot to discuss. I mean, I don't know how many players will be sneaking in. We're gonna have to sort rules though. I need to know: is it players that are available? Because that's for me, that's key, and that might be on my side. So hopefully it's players that are available, or if it's just if everyone's fit and it's a game tomorrow. I don't know. You break down the rules for me before we get into this. I see you working things out here, but hopefully you can say.
I'm trying to figure it out in my head, like, because I know if it's players that aren't available for Sunday, you're gonna get a lot more. You're gonna get a lot more. That's a given. So, no, listen, no, Cecil, this is a City chat. This is my channel, right? We're gonna do pound for pound, player for player, who is in the squad for each team. Listen, you have a fantastic team right now. I have a lot of admiration for the progress that Arteta's made with Arsenal and the squad he's built. And you do have some excellent players in there. And you, as a big Arsenal man, I expect you to give me a good argument for at least some of them. But listen, before we do hop into the actual combined 11, brief thoughts about Sunday. How you feeling?
Well, this morning we was filming previews for AFTV, and unlike me, who's normally confident and excited and positive and all that, I don't have that feeling. Come Sunday, I'll be completely real with you. I just feel like, I know you guys have lost your last two. Obviously, one being in the cup, one against Wolves. And I think people are getting a bit carried away. Rodri's out, De Bruyne's out, but for me, we haven't been great at home. Bar the PSV game, I don't think we've been great at home. We haven't hit, as Big Steve would say with you guys, a rhythm. We haven't got that yet. We're not our fluent best. And I just feel like, I don't know. I do worry for Sunday. I think it depends if some of the key players that we're probably going to speak about in this video are fit come Sunday, which I think they might be. That's going to be a big factor for us. But City are the treble winners. I'm not going to take that away from you. It's a huge achievement, and I have to understand that you guys are the best team in the world, and it's obvious. So for me, not massively confident. I mean, it doesn't defy the season if we win, lose, or draw on Sunday, but. I've got to back my team, and I'm going to. But yeah, I'm not as confident as I have been in the past. But hey, our record, we haven't beaten you since 2015. It says it all, and we haven't kept a clean sheet against you guys since then as well. Like back when Company was playing Joe Hart and Aguero. So, I mean, that's just where I'm at right now. But hopefully those records will be broken come Sunday.
Nah, listen, I feel nervous too. For me, this is the best chance you've had in a while to beat us, considering the players that are absent. So I'm expecting a blockbuster. They have been blockbusters over the past few fixtures between us, like Community Shield and Premier League last year. So listen, with that said, we'll hop into the combined 11. We'll see what arguments we can put up for each of our players, who deserves. And chat, as always, you guys need to get down below in the comments. I know it's a City channel, but do your best to be as objective as possible. And let us know your thoughts on all of our decisions. We're going to start. Do you want to do a 4-3-3? Because we both play a 4-3-3.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me just see who I'm trying to get in.
That's so, man.
Let me think about this one. Yeah, 4-3-3. I don't know if we're going to do two defensive midfielders, 2 6s or not. But we'll get to that and see if I can try and get some players in that route. But yeah, all right, cool. 4-3-3 standard. Definitely.
Right, we'll start in goals. We'll work our way up the pitch. We'll start in goals. We've obviously got Ederson. Ortega doesn't play a huge man for us, but he's a goalkeeper. And then you've got Raya and Aaron Ramsdale. Obviously, I'm going to put forward Ederson. He's, the main catalyst in the way we play football. He's one of the engineers of us moving out from the back and transitioning up the pitch. I think most modern day goalkeepers would try to model themselves footballing wise off Ederson. What he lacks in shot stopping, he makes up for in footballing ability. So I'm going to put forward Ederson. For me, it's a pretty straightforward decision, but
I don't know if it's a
for...
straightforward. I'm gonna have to listen. Like I said, it's gonna be difficult for me to try and get in players here. But I think David Raya, and I know there's small sample size of Arsenal, but what Edison's got three clean sheets actually so far. I'll give it to him. Yes, with the ball at his feet, incredible. But I'm gonna have to put in David Raya as well. He's got 2 clean sheets so far. He's had less game time. He's comfortable at the ball at his feet as much as Edison is. I actually think Edison obviously has more experience. There's more to go off, but I don't think it's too far off when it comes to ball at their feet and shot stopping. I'll be real, Hugh. Last season when he was at Brentford as well, his stats were one of the best goalkeepers in the league with most shots faced, and his numbers and his stats were extremely high. And on top of that, the save I saw him against in the North London derby, that save he made. There's a lot to say about David Raya. Of course, if we're going for how long, Edison's been playing for City, and you go back and you can go back to the treble and all that. But if we're going off right now, I am going to put up a fight here for David Raya. I'm going to, because there's not really many players I can really do this for. But I like Edison as well. I'm not going to take away from his ability, but I think there's an argument there. I don't think it's a simple pick. I actually would like to put him forward and say, this team can work. This combined 11 can work with David Raya. I would like to hear a rebuttal to it, of course, but Edison, you just said it. You said shot stopping. It's not his strongest, but he makes it with his feet. David Raya right now for me is
he's not bad, Cecil. He's not bad either.
I'm not saying he is, but you're the one that said shot stopping is not that. It's he makes up with his feet.
It's not what he's most known for. It's not what he's most known for. It's a shot stop.
But Raya is for me a complete. He has both sides. I promise you. I'm not even guessing.
As you said at the top of your argument, there's not a big enough sample size. And that kind of just, I like Raya. I do. I rate him. And if he goes on to have good longevity, consistency with Arsenal, he could worm his way up and be in that conversation. But Ederson has been integral to Centurions, Formidables, treble winners, 3 in a row, you name it. And even with the shot stopping, the second half of last season, Bayern Munich home and away, Real Madrid home and away, this guy was pulling off worldies. We don't get those results without Ederson. And then you bring in all the footballing ability too. I think even put my bias aside, Cecil, right now it's got to be Ederson.
I feel this should be a comments one. I don't know. I feel like
we need an adjudicator. We need an adjudicator, bro. That's my bad.
We do. Just for this, I mean, I think a lot of the rest. There's still going to be a debate, but I think we can agree on a lot. But I feel like his sample size is killing me right now. But I know you watch Edison weekly. Listen, his achievements are incredible, but from what I've seen of David Raya, and I'm a big Aaron Ramsdale fan, I'll fight his corner to the end. But for him to pip Aaron Ramsdale, and we feel even though Aaron Ramsdale last season I can't think of a massive or loads of major errors from Aaron Ramsdale. For Raya to come in and just be so confident and affirmed, and it's a level raiser. Only just, if I'm honest, it's a level raiser for me. What I've seen, I think there's not much in it. And like you said, I think going forward, you're going to see how close Edison and Raya are going to be this season when it comes to the #1 goalkeepers in the league. And I genuinely believe that. So this one, I don't want to give up. I'll be real, because I'm going to have to give up a lot. I feel like if it's a comment, we haven't got an adjudicator. This might be you let us know. But I'm not going to take away from what Edison's done in the past. I'm really going to focus this combined 11 on what we're seeing so far.
Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a rule in this video, right? We will have one position each where we can say, let the comments decide. If you're hell-bent that your answer is right, we can say, we won't come to a conclusion together. We'll let the comments decide. If you want to use that now on Ederson versus Raya, let me know.
Oh, this is a good rule to add.
It just makes it more fair. Do you know what I mean? So I can't tell you, no, you're wrong for everyone. Okay.
Yeah, fair. Let's do it on this one. I just hope you're a level-headed. Listen, I watch you. So I understand you're a level-headed fan. So hopefully it'll be, yeah. Let's go with it. It could get spicy though. I'll use this one.
Okay, you want to do it? Comments, let us know.
Yeah. As much as the City channel, listen, people that be fair with me. For what we've seen so far, I'm not going off history and that, because obviously Edison sweeps that easily. Just of what we've seen so far. All right, let's go.
Right, comments. You heard it. He wants you to let us know down below. Try and be fair. Try and be biased, but like I said, I think I already know the answer. So we're going to leave a question mark on that. You'll see the graphic. Comments, let us know. We'll move into the defense. We'll start with the right back.
Ben White over Carl Walker. Just what Turkish said. But he won the argument. He won it. Matisse, listen, big up Matisse. He went with it, and because I understand what he was trying to go for, because Ben White has been consistent. But I'll be honest, I don't know if you're going with Carl Walker in that position. But if you are, then I think he's one. I hate to
Nah,
say it.
Sasso, man. Spill me, man. Spill me, man. Spill
He's
me.
on. I think he's unbelievable. Yeah, no, I'll
You
keep
know
it.
what?
I'll be real.
This is why I brought you on instead of Turkish, because you have a brain. You have. I knew if I brought Turkish on, he'd start yappa yappa yappa. You know what I mean?
You're talking like a rat. Yappa yappa. Yeah, nah. Carl Walker is phenomenal, man.
Carl Walker for me is the best right back in the Premier League era. He's the best right back in the Premier League era. I just can't overlook him. It's one of those ones. I want to say though, honorable mention to Ben White. I do rate him. You know, going from centre half to right back and really nailing down that position. For Arsenal, I think he's done a magnificent job, and I think he's got a great career ahead of him. But you can't argue with Kyle Walker's longevity, his honours list, and everything he's done. So I think Kyle Walker gets that one. Do you want to do left back first or the two centre halves?
Let's do the two centre halves. Before we go there, yeah, Kyle Walker, just quickly, I was going to give my words. He's sensational. A man that has to just, he gets told, I remember him being told that he wasn't an intelligent footballer, but all it is just his pace. But honestly, to be in a Pep side, you have to have some form of intelligence. And when it comes to just doing a job and not saying, this is your man, don't let him beat you. And if he does, his recovery list, Kyle Walker, sensational. I've actually, and he's a wild guy as well. I've actually been out in Manchester and
have you?
Yeah, this is a story for another time.
No,
but yeah,
he
was
at
somewhere I was like, whoa. But big up Kyle Walker. Let's do centre back pairing because I hope we're gonna keep this real because there's no way. Don't give me that. Don't stroke no beard, Hugh. Because William Saliba, I don't want to see you try flirt with the people them and do all this. Man can do that as well. William Saliba has to be in this, and I hope this will be your barometer of how fair and smart of a fan you are. William Saliba has to go in there. I don't mind who else with, but he has to be in there.
Right. So before we do Saliba, we'll just agree Ruben Diaz is one. He's one half. Yeah.
Well, Saliba has to be the other half.
Saliba.
Hugh. I can't give you any. I can't speak highly enough of this player. He's up there. It's him and Saka that I honestly, words can't describe how good these players are. And Saliba is, and people talk about Rolls Royce and all of that. Of course he is. He's been on free loans. Came in and told he wasn't going to guarantee his spot. Came into Arsenal and made that his own, his position at such a young age. And now he's just like, I haven't seen him get. He's never been embarrassed. He's never been embarrassed. Even when he loses the ball, his recovery is solid. He's composed. He is. And he's the younger out of the two between him and Gabriel, and he moves like the most senior player I've ever seen in the Arsenal back line. But don't make us fight on this. This is an goal. I love Stones as well. I've questioned him at times for City. I'll be honest. Man.
Cecil, Johnny Stones.
Oh, please.
John, like you mentioned the word Rolls Royce there. This guy is the Rolls Royce. This guy has stars in the ceiling of his bedroom. That's what the kind of guy
put him
is.
in the midfield then, because that's where he's
I knew you were going to say that. Nah, listen, genuinely, I think Saliba's a bad man. I think he's sick. I really do. But you know what I mean? At the business end of the season, was he there?
Bro, but Saliba, and I'll be honest, and we're not going to put this against him. He wasn't there in the business end of the season. Like, please understand when he left.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So the sample size.
You can't use that. We've done if they're all fit. So we don't use that against me because you've said if we're doing like, I know he's fit now, but you said about injuries. I'm eradicating all of that. I'm not going to do that when we get to De Bruyne and that. So understand, if he was there, it would be different. I promise you. Like Stones, I'll commend him. He's so comfortable with the way he plays forward. But Saliba, I promise you, we're going to be talking about him longer than Stones. I can guarantee that. Come on.
Okay, listen, Cecil, I'm an integral man. Because you are so hell-bent on it, and I don't think you would be like this for many players, and it's going against everything I stand for, I'm going to give you William Saliba. And I think Diaz and Saliba as a centre-half pairing will be
unbelievable.
You're not. I call Vardiol and Diaz the Great Wall of Manchester. I don't know what you'd call Diaz and Saliba.
The Great Wall of the UK, the Great Wall of the world. You're not breaking that down, that defense. It's not happening. And man, you couldn't get past that. You could. That's actually intimidating. Having that, just picture that. Picture those two standing and a striker trying to get past. It's not happening. So it's the right decision. Trust me. And I promise you, you'll see it going forward. Saliba. Right now,
I will when he signs for City. I will when he signs for City eventually. When
Maybe. Ouch. Ouch.
No, I'm joking. No, listen, the chat, they're gonna cook me now for not really pushing for John Stones, but I know you. I know you're an honest man, and you wouldn't push that hard for someone that you didn't believe in. So, like I said, integrity is important to me. So we've got Ederson, Walker, Diaz, Saliba.
Well, it's Ederson or Raya.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, exactly. You know, you're right. That's my bad. Ederson or Raya, Walker, Diaz, Saliba. Left back, it's Nathan Ake. The most consistent left back in the Premier League last year. Even at times where we were struggling. First half of the season when you were bombing away with it and we're dropping points here and there, this guy was still holding it down. Diaz injured, Stones in there, the team. Ake playing at left back, holding it down. And he locked up your boy Bukayo Saka multiple times too.
Ouch. Yep, we didn't need that one. I didn't like that one. You're right. You're right. You didn't need to do that one. You could have just carried. I could have argued. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. And again, I'm doing the whole dropping names, but big up Nathan Ake is a body double for him. He's a friend of mine, and he actually joked with me about locking up Bukayo Saka, which pains me to this day. But this is a tough one because I actually think some would say he might be City's weak link, but he is consistent. Last season, you're right, it was very consistent. Zinchenko for us is, I know he's an ex-City player, and I know how much your fan base loves Zinchenko, and you understand how good he is. I think he's pivotal to the way we attack. I don't want to take away from Nathan Ake. I do want to argue it a little bit. I want to give Zinchenko his flowers. I don't want to just, if we are going to just pass by and you're going to put Nathan Ake in there, there's no way I'm letting it go easy. I think Zinchenko has been superb. I know he gets questioned defensively at times. That's where this argument may break down a little bit, but going forward and coming into that midfield and what he provides going forward, he's a really good player. I don't know how Nathan Ake does that for you guys. Is he that much of an offensive player for you? Do you even play with that sort of style now? Is he just more of a defensive player? I know he's very good at defending, but going forward, is it going to make our team imbalanced? That's the question.
No, I get that. I fully take that on board. And what I will say about what Ake is, while he's definitely lopsided in favor of his defensive attributes, he has improved. He's definitely improved. He's not on the level of Zinchenko. I'll say that outright. In terms of technical ability, vision, ability to link up, he's not. But he's definitely improved in that front. But he's left of a back three these days. That's his thing, and he'll stay back and mind the house type thing. But remember, he got the goal.
Well, technically, I've got the tradition. Even though he goes for the traditional left back, if he's left back of a back three or left of a back three, then surely Zinni makes more sense.
No, I can't. No, it's Nathan Ake. It's Nathan Ake, Cecil. This guy, listen, I can't put a player that we let go because he wasn't going to get into our team into this team.
But you can't see. But you're disrespecting Zinchenko there, though, because you let him go, yes, but don't. He's a phenomenal. You know, he's not a player that's a fringe player though. That was a fringe player that every City fan was like, if he starts, we're not going to do well. You can't give him that disrespect. He's a quality player.
No, of course he is. Listen, Zinchenko's my guy, man. When we won the league that day against Aston Villa, the 3-2, you remember it? Yeah. I was allegedly on the pitch, and I ran over and hugged him. He was the first person I got to, and it was a special moment. I'll always love Zinchenko. I will. Yeah. But I'm just talking about, if we're talking about, Zinchenko's had, what is it? One season or 2 seasons at Arsenal now?
2, I think. Yeah, 2. To be clear. 1 last season, and then, I don't know why I should take so long to think about this. Yeah, he came in.
It's one, isn't it?
It's one. Sorry, I'm chatting rubbish. Cameron Jesus. Yeah,
it's one. So
yeah, the last summer. Yeah, he came in last summer. Yeah. My bad.
So Zinchenko's had 1 season at Arsenal. Ake's had 1 massive season at Manchester City. Who had more of an impact? For me, Nathan Ake had more of an impact than Zinchenko did.
You might have killed yourself here, my friend. Really?
Nah.
Wait, do you think? Hold on. Wait, Hugh. Zinchenko had less of an impact for Arsenal than Nathan Ake for City. Are you sure?
Nah, Ake at times of uncertainty, Cecil, this guy stepped up and held it down defensively.
But he's not a regular. I mean, he's not a regular.
Last season he was. Last season he was regular. Every week he'd be playing left back or left-sided centre half, and he was so consistent. It was outrageous defensively. We couldn't drop him. Well, I'll tell you for a fact, we do not win the treble without Nathan Ake. That he's that important.
I don't know if I like this argument, because I've seen Pep didn't he put Bernardo Silva there as well at one stage, and he's mixing up, like, I don't know how. So I don't know if I love this one. You look at it. I might have to push back. I didn't think I was going to be pushing as hard as Zinchenko, but we're going to have to move on. but I can't even give it to the comments. But I feel like you might
Right.
have up
I will use my
comments.
comments for this, right?
Fair.
So
And I
you
will
have
check this one.
goalkeeper, I have left back. Yeah.
Let's do
So
that.
we're gonna have to fight it out for the rest because neither of us have any lifelines here.
All right,
Okay.
let's go. Yeah, let's
Right.
go.
We'll move into the holding mid. Don't even try it, Cecil. It's Rodri.
Oh, we're doing fit. We're doing fully fit, aren't we?
Yeah, I told you we're doing fully fit. If we want to do it on AFTV, we can do it by your rules. But on City Extra, we do it by mine.
So you're putting up Calvin Phillips, yeah?
I wish, man. I wish, but he's not that guy. It's Rodri. It's Rodri. You know it's Rodri. I know it's Rodri. Declan Rice, baller.
He's
Gonna have a sick career.
He's unbelievable.
Even Thomas Partey, baller, but Rodri, he's in his own league.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Declan Rice, I was gonna fight to the high heavens, but I just can't right now. If you're putting Rodri in there, I think Rodri's phenomenal. I can't speak of him highly enough. Declan Rice has been the best signing so far for Arsenal, and is going to be having an amazing career for Arsenal. But I can't overlook Rodri, no way. But is there any way we can? What, can we not do a double pivot, 2 6s with a Declan Rice in there next to him? Is that fair? Oh, actually, no, because I need to get Odegaard in.
That's what I'm saying. So you do you want?
I've got. Go.
Do you want
I know. I'm gonna.
Or do you want to push for Odegaard in the next stage?
See, if we're doing two, we're doing one DM, then Odegaard has to be alongside De Bruyne, in my opinion. I'm gonna obviously fast forward and go into that. We have to do that unless we do 2 6s, and if it's 2 6s, it's Declan Rice and Rodri. So I'm leaving that with you. You have to. We don't need to argue here, Hugh. We're good mates. That's fair. An Odegaard or a Rice. There's 3 midfielders. I'm giving you 2. I think that that's a nice balance.
Okay. I've made my mind up. We're going to do Rodri, De Bruyne, and Bernardo.
City fans, yeah? You piss me off so much.
No,
we're not doing that. We're doing
I'll cut the jokes. We've already referenced the Lad Bible video, and for anybody who hasn't watched it, go and watch Turkish's video with Big Steve on Lad Bible. Really good combined 11, and Steve fought really hard for Bernardo. And my bias says I do that too, but I rate Odegaard. Odegaard.
And you know what? Funny enough, sorry to cut you there. Turkish said this as well. He was like, Bernardo Silva, though, Cess. I was like, I hear it. He's a great player, but no, Odegaard. I actually was a bit disappointed in Turkish, and we spoke about it anyway. But I said, bro, Martin Odegaard? And I just think he's Bernardo Silva's phenomenal in what he's done for us. He's amazing, but Odegaard is just a joy to watch. He's like a Kevin De Bruyne, like descent. And I know people might Arsenal fans might be like, oh, come on, Cecil, you can't really say that. But Kevin De Bruyne for me is one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, in this Premier League era that I've watched in a long time, especially in what he does. So Martin Odegaard, for me to say he's not far off that, and at the centre of him, that is how highly I rate Martin Odegaard. He is a joy to watch. Absolutely, it's like watching art. So I will fight for Odegaard to the high heavens. So I don't want to keep this video an hour, but if we don't go with that, we're going to be here for all day. So I think, and you said you like Odegaard. I think every player that enjoys football and watches football and understands the craft of it will say Odegaard's unreal.
I think he's got a long way to go before he's in the Kevin De Bruyne conversation. I've heard many players over the years, your Fernandez's and these kind of guys, Pogba's, all thrown in there with Kevin De Bruyne. And listen, just don't do it too prematurely. I think Odegaard with longevity can. I'll give him that credit. And there's not many I'd say that about. I think he can, but let's not jump the gun just yet. I think if we're talking for the midfielder beside Kevin De Bruyne, longevity, what they've won, consistency, I do throw Bernardo in, but current ability and who I would probably like to take to the pitch for me right now. City fans are probably going to roast me again for this, but I do really like Martin Odegaard. I really, really do. So I'm going to give you that one. I'm going to give it to you.
And do you know what you say about the City fans might roast you, but I do want the City fans to think about what we're saying here. William Saliba and Ruben Diaz, please picture it and really think how mad that is. And then think of a midfield three of Rodri, Odegaard, and De Bruyne. Odegaard is a workhorse. He presses beyond belief, right? And then he also has the ability, alongside Kevin De Bruyne with Rodri behind. I'm sorry. They can't get at you. It's a joke. That's a joke. And Odegaard's added goals to his. Listen, that is anyway. I dream of that. at Arsenal. Maybe with a Declan Rice.
I dream of it, and I might get it. I might get it.
Not with those charges, you won't.
That's bold. That's bold, Cecil. Rodri, De Bruyne, Odegaard. I know some of you will be unhappy they didn't push for Bernardo there, but look, it is what it is, man. They are, like, if we're being real, they're both sick players. They really are. So it's about preference. Moving to the front three. Do you want to get the obvious one out of the way? Striker, Erling Haaland.
Yeah, I'm going to get my obvious one out of the way. Bukayo Saka, but yes, Erling Haaland. Actually, Eddie Nketiah, I think, like, maybe with the 14 on his back and, you know, what he's done for Arsenal. I'm joking. I'm not talking about Thierry.
I kind of switched off for a second there. I was like, he's going to say something nice about Haaland. Then I hear Eddie Nketiah. Haaland and Nketiah in the same breath.
I didn't even go to Jesus. Now playing Jesus, of course, would be the number 9 I'd fight for. But Erling Haaland, I mean, I will say though, my man gets a lot of chances and does miss a lot of chances. Not to say, no, don't give me that, because I understand he's broken record and he scores. Listen, every time you see him on the team sheet, it's not on the goal scoring sheet. I see it every week and I expect to see it. But every time I watch City, I say, wow, he gets loads of chances. Sadly, we don't create that many chances here at Arsenal. So that does hinder us, but I'm not going to take away from how good Haaland is, man. He took down his hair and scored against us, and that still pisses me off to this day. He is phenomenal. He's a good goal scorer. I don't want to talk too much about him because it actually aggravates me. So, yes, Haaland is the obvious one. He goes in the number 9. Bukayo Saka, though. Can we? I'm going to fight to the high heavens. Bukayo Saka, England, the face of English football, in my opinion, right now. People
that
say
means nothing. That means nothing.
No. I'm just reading
the face of anything spearheaded by Gareth Southgate. I don't care. it's
Wait, I'm just going to read off some things. Team of the season, PFA. I think PFA Young Player of the Season. They got obviously nominated for Ballon d'Or. Like, I just want to say Bukayo Saka. And again, another player that him and Saliba, I said at the beginning, at the top of the show, I can't speak highly of these two players. Bukayo Saka he's overplayed because he's so brilliant. I want to debate. I'd love to debate because I feel like I'll always win when it comes to Bukayo Saka. But truthfully, we all know the left side is going to be interesting. But yeah, Bukayo Saka on the right if we can. I think that's fair. I'm not being deluded here. Who is on the right? Sorry, who would you throw up?
Who would I put on the right now?
For you guys,
in this team, probably Foden.
He's unbelievable, but I don't think that's his. I love Foden, but No,
I think for importance to the team right now, and over the last couple of years, Saka's been out of this world. I can't really argue. I'd love to, and I'm giving an honourable mention to Phil Foden because I think he's sick and he's going to be sick, and he's playing more midfield for us right now, and he's growing into that role nicely. A couple of assists so far, a couple of goals too. So shout out Phil Foden, but I really, really rate Bukayo Saka, and I can't overlook him for this one. So you got Saka, Cecil.
Foden, thank you very much. I'll take that. Thank you. I really appreciate that one. Does Foden keep his shirt? I know no one really does at City. It's always rotation, but when these players return from injury, I think Foden is world class. He really is. Like, he's a joke. Both feet. He's so comfortable. Don't get me wrong, Saka is as well. But is it going to become an issue that he's just not a staple, or does it seem like he understands it? Because I'm just thinking, is there any way one day we might be able to come in and be like, we can guarantee you?
Oh, don't start that. No. He's not the stock. He's the Stockport Iniesta, not the Islington Iniesta, mate. He ain't going down there. No, the thing with City and Pep is there's not many staples of the team. You have Ederson, Diaz, Rodri, De Bruyne, and Haaland. So that's the core. That's the spine. But everything around the edges in terms of wingers, fullbacks, inverted defenders to become an extra midfield, whatever, any of those side pieces, it rotates, Cecil, and that's been the staple of our success. Is Pep's able to rotate based on the fixture, whereas like you for Sunday, you could pick your starting 11 right now. You know who it's going to be. Yeah. I don't. I have no idea. It could be anything. I know the kind of 3 or 4 players through the middle who'll probably be there or who will be there, but around the edges, I don't know. I don't know who.
Well, generally, that's the truth. You generally, for this is one of the biggest games, like you said at the top, one of the biggest games I've seen. You couldn't pick the 11.
No.
Wow. Wow.
I could have a good stab at it, but like, you know what I mean? I put up a tweet on Twitter there the other night after we beat Leipzig. I said, for City fans, does Rico Lewis start against Arsenal for you? I got like 100 replies saying yes. Rico Lewis, 18, because he was sick against Leipzig. And
It
there's
was
a
class.
genuine possibility he does, Cecil. So it's pep roulette, we call it. You know what I mean? You don't really know, but that's been a hindrance for Phil Foden's profile, if you like. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
doesn't get the big image because he's not always there. But I said at the start of this season on the Big Six and other shows that I want this to be the season where Phil Foden announces himself and makes him on that level where he can't not be picked. You know what I mean? He's Phil Foden. He's being picked type thing. So look, for Phil Foden, we'll have to see. But Saka's done that at Arsenal, and I have to give him that credit. And if he leads you to some success, you know what I mean? And I believe he can and probably will at some point. Saka, you get your flowers. But listen, left side, I know you're going to say Martinelli, but look at the attack we have in Haaland and Saka. For balance, Jack Grealish. For balance of that front three. Ball retention, winning fouls. He is more creative than he was when he first arrived. And he got a few goals too. I think Grealish does the unrewarding work. And for that front three, the balance.
This one's tough for me because I don't think Grealish offers loads apart from, you said, ball retention and breaking up the game by slowing down by winning fouls. And for me, is that enough? I'll be honest. And you say balance, but Martinelli he's ferocious. Like down that wing, head down, push it, run, get to the byline. For me, I actually think the balance is better with him. I think he would create more chances for Haaland than Jack Grealish does. And that's my honest opinion. I mean, we've given up our comments vote, so we can't put it to the comments. I'm happy with the amount of players I've got in so far, if I'm completely honest. But I question Jack Grealish over Martinelli. I really do. Just because when it comes to balance-wise, Bukayo Saka and Martinelli on each flank, and I actually think you might see that on Sunday, even though they say Martinelli's injured and Bukayo, but I actually think you'll see that. I think Arteta's being smart. Those two, I think Martinelli bombing down that wing and providing for Haaland is the perfect balance. I think he offers what Jack Grealish can't. In my opinion, I'm not going to... This video is a very long video so far anyway, but that was what I want to throw in there. If you generally believe Jack Grealish is the right balance in your heart of hearts, I don't think you do.
I do.
You do?
I do. Look, we've got a seriously attacking team in De Bruyne, Odegaard, Saka, and Haaland. And then you have potentially, if the comments say so, Zinchenko as well. Grealish is going to do a lot of the dirty work that some of these guys won't. I think just for overall. And listen, what about Jeremy Doku? Are we going to mention him?
I like him. Powerful, fast, started well. I like him. I can't put him over Martinelli or Jack Grealish, of course not. And I'm not going to say sample size because I've pushed for people because of sample size already. But it's just a little bit too early for now. But he is going to be a player. Maybe by the time we have our away fixture, this conversation will be completely different. Who goes on that left side? But all right, I think Martinelli, personally, I actually think Martinelli is the right fit for this team. But if you believe Jack Grealish, it's your City extra. I'm happy with the players I've got in so far. I'll leave you with that. I'm not gonna. Martinelli is one of my favorite players, by the way. So Arsenal fans would probably be disappointed that I haven't really pushed for him. But if you really look at what I've just said, I think down that left side for balance and people, the pressing ability, the head down running, the old school winger. Gets at your player, pushes it, can run, gets a byline, cut across. Martinelli is that. I think your City side used to thrive off that. I think you're a bit different now. I think Doku actually has elements of that. So I actually think the balance works with Martinelli. But I'll leave it with you. You take this one. It's your show.
I didn't push too hard for Bernardo, even though it broke my heart. So I'm going to have to force Jack Grealish in here. And that will actually piss off some City fans right now too, because some City fans, since Doku's come in, they've decided that Grealish is an outcast. And I've tried to make it clear that you can appreciate two players at once for two different roles. I think it's important.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So listen, I'm going to throw Jack Grealish in. The video is over half an hour now. We've had a good chat, good debate. I've given you Saliba. I've given you Odegaard. I've given you Saka.
Hey, don't say given though. Don't do that. Hey, come on, Hugh. These are good. You're talking like these are. You're talking like we're freaking talking about our reserves or something. These are world-class players in my side. This I've given you, like it's a charity.
I didn't. Maybe it's my Irish personality. I didn't even mean it like that, but your reaction was gold. So listen, look, it's a really strong team. It's a class team. It was always going to be with two fantastic teams going head to head Sunday. Comments, you guys need to let us know down below. And because Cecil's a good guy, I'm asking you to be as objective and fair as possible in Raya versus Ederson for the goalkeeper slot and Ake versus Zinchenko for the left-back spot. But the graphics up on screen now. You can see the full team and the 2 question marks that you let us know. Let us know your thoughts on the team that we have chosen. Let us know your thoughts on the arguments I made for our players, Cecil made. Is there any changes you guys have made? But listen, it's I really enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun, Cecil, an absolute pleasure to speaking to you.
Thank you so much, Hugh. And listen, like I said, keep doing what you guys are doing. Make sure you all subscribe to City Extra. And hopefully some of the Arsenal fans will come over here as well from AFTV or people that follow me and like this video as well, because I've enjoyed this chat as well. It's a strong team we've built. I think it was very fair and objective at times. So hopefully everyone's enjoyed it. And Sunday, hopefully we can, I don't know, hopefully we can, kill some shots, turn that blue moon red, and just enjoy the rest of the weekend. I'm playing. Hopefully we really come and get those 3 points. But we'll have to see what happens on Sunday.
We will. Listen, chat, we'll have to see what happens on Sunday. There will be more videos and streams coming out surrounding this fixture over the coming days. Full previews, more guests, that kind of thing. So listen, stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button. Hit a like on this video if you enjoyed it. There'll be a link to Cecil's Instagrams or socials, whatever we have from down below. Do go and show him love. I always say to you guys, we like to show love to our great guests and show that we appreciate them coming on. So do please go and do that. Like I said, smash a like, subscribe to the channel. All thoughts down below, and we'll see you very soon. See you in a bit.